Hello, 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 hello. Yay! Happy Wednesday. There we go. Now I know that you can hear me. There we go. There we go. Okay. I left another window open with on YouTube so that I could actually hear if I can hear myself, and then I know you can hear me. So yay. When you are joining, don't forget to tap the like and subscribe buttons, please. Please, please, please. And if you join and you have a channel where you create content and you're putting stuff out there, let me know because then we'll get your link out there too. We'll share your link. I'm always about Munchie. Yay! You're here. I'm so happy you're here. It was so nice to see you yesterday too on the Celestine call. That was fun. And to see your beautiful face and hear your beautiful thoughts. That was a treat, that's for sure. That is for sure. Nice. Colorado. I knew that. But everybody else maybe didn't. And you're going to be listening to a book. What book are you going to listen to? I want to know. Let's see here. I should put the comments up. Gonna be listening to a book. Yesterday when Munchie was on the call, we got all the dogs and the cat, everything. It was so awesome. We got to see all of her animals. It was so great. Hi, Anya. How are you today? Where are we here? Lola. Where we are. Oh, there we go. There's now I understand why people like the comments bounce up and down because the comments on the side here are like going up and up and up. So I'm gotta catch them as they're going. Um, were you watching House of Cards? Like the show, The House of Cards? Lola, is that what you're watching? That was a great show. Oh my gosh. I don't think they could make that now. I think that's a before times show, definitely. Oh, and Lola, I got an invitation today to go to an event with Pierre Polyev. I knew you'd be a little like, what? So yeah, I just got the invitation. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness." Yeah, it was fun. So we'll do chapter 3 next week. So just make sure you've got that chapter read before we begin. If anybody's listening and like, what are these people talking about? We have the Celestine Prophecy Reading Club, and we get together once a week to discuss a chapter. And so you just have to have the chapter read. And like fun fact, okay, I'm gonna full disclosure. I didn't have time to read the chapter this week, so I just went to ChatGPT and said, "Can you just give me a gist of what happens in this chapter?" If that's what you need to do that, okay? Because the conversation is not. It's not like we're doing a book report or we're dissecting the chapter or anything like that. We're just chatting about the concepts. So as long as you know what the concept is, you're good. So if you don't have time to read it or you're like, oh my gosh, just show up and have fun and take part in the conversation because it's people from all different parts of the world with all different viewpoints. And it was really interesting how much we connected on certain things. Like that is really, really really interesting to me that we all keep landing on the same page in these conversations. So if you would like to join in, just let me know. We'll get you in there, and it's never too late to join. I'm just going to say that just because we started doesn't mean you can't jump in. Yeah, your man Pierre. So I'm going to do my best to get up there to this event and get some FaceTime with the man because an appreciation event, a volunteer appreciation event that I think it's probably Michelle Ferreri is hosting it. So, but I actually am going to see Michelle tomorrow night. So she'll be at an event I'll be at tomorrow night. So, and with my MP will be there. So yeah, yay, yeah, yeah. It was so nice to see Munchie. Yeah. Oh, wow, I don't know, it sounds like a Viking kind of story, but I don't know what this story is. Yeah. Shut up. Yeah. Yeah. Gonna be rubbing elbows with Pierre Polyev on Sunday. That's the plan, fingers crossed. Yeah. Yeah, faces to names really helps a lot. That really helps a lot. Nikki, hey, yay. Salut. Thanks for jumping in. Let us know what you're going to work on. I love hearing what everybody's doing while we have our sprints and we listen to music. Can you get me a napkin? He touched. I'm going to do even better for you, okay? Don't worry. I'm going to do even better. Aspie, welcome. Thanks for jumping on. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're going to do a little shout out to Michelle because she Michelle meltdown because it was her that got me to 1,000 last night. So yay, Michelle. We're going to do a little shout out to her in just a moment after we finish saying hello to everybody. Michelle Ferrari, yeah, she's awesome. She's coming down tomorrow night for an event. Sorry, I could just see someone walking up to my house. So she's coming down tomorrow night, so we'll get pictures. And yeah, I'm gonna help you out. I got you, Lola. Don't worry, I got you. And who do we have here? Barbie, yay, hi. Welcome. Be sure to let us know where you're watching from and what you're working on. And I don't mean you don't have to give your address. I just mean if you're like, if you're in Scandinavia, just say I'm in Scandinavia. You know what I mean? Who else is here? We've got Sapper. Yay. I just listened to your new song this morning. Awesome. I love it. I was like bopping away. And we're going to get links up for anybody who has a channel. So don't worry, Sapper, we'll get your link up there. Walking out of the food market. Oh, yum. So you'll be putting your groceries away. Enjoying the sunshine. Oh, it's good that you've got some sunshine there. We don't have, it's gloomy today, which is fine. I don't mind a gloomy day. I get to spend the whole day at home today, which is something I haven't done in a little while. My life's been a little crazy. So yeah, 100,000, no, 1,000,000 next. Yeah. Yeah. That's the goal. We're going to infiltrate some knitting communities next. Get the knitters. Oh, Barbie, you don't know you're Canadian too in Edmonton, Alberta. That's where everybody wants to live. That is where everybody wants to live. Absolutely. Munchie's saying that she can't see Sapper. Munchie, just make sure you've got live chat on. Just go up to the very top. There's a little drop down. It says top chat. Just make sure that live chat is on just in case. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe he's got you blocked. Maybe you blocked him. I don't know. Everybody's blocking everybody these days. Barbie is at work listening. Awesome. So Barbie, what we're going to do is chat for a little bit, just do like talking, engaging with everybody. And then we're going to do 20 to 30 minute sprints. And that's where I'm going to play some nice music that I created on my channel. Sapper helped me get that going. So thank you to that. And yeah, we listen to music and then you just work. So you just have some nice music and then you just about every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes, we'll come back to engaging with the comments and chatting everybody. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Sapper can see you. There we go. Oh, yeah, Michelle is so awesome. Michelle Meltdown. We call her Melty. So if you hear me talking about someone named Melty, that's who we're talking about. And yeah, I can't even keep up. I don't even try. I listened to Slime's video from last night and then I listened to Michelle and that was it. I had everything I needed to know there. If anybody has seen Tracina today, can we just check that she's okay, please? That was dramatic. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, be grateful you don't know what we're talking about. Yeah, Canadians in the house. Canadians in the house. Oh, no big deal. It's just so fun. That's why I love doing this kind of thing because then I can actually like talk to people like in real time. It's so nice. So yeah, Canadian. Woohoo. Woohoo. I don't know if you were here, Barbie, but on Sunday I've been invited to a Pure Polyev event where I may get to actually like get some FaceTime. So that's exciting. And for those who aren't Canadian, Pierre Poilievre is fingers crossed in a year, our next prime minister. So yeah. Awesome. Yeah. It's really nice. I try to create a really chill place where everybody can just decompress, relax, and just do whatever they want. Like some people like there's Munchie's gonna listen to a book and some people just work on their own stuff. I have some knitting here. There's all kinds of things going on. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited. I went to a whole bunch of PR rallies this summer or in the spring when the campaign was on, and Lola's like, Pierre is my husband. I actually met a woman this summer at the Highland Games, and she was literally like squirming thinking about Mark Carney, and I was like, "You are disgusting. This is gross. This is gross. At least Pierre is a handsome man." You know, even if you don't like his politics, it's like he's a good-looking man, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's, don't worry, we'll, you may have to fight his wife for that role, but yeah, yeah, there we go. There we go. So yeah, I'll get as many videos as I can. I may just put a little video together of the whole experience and then some other stuff, some personal moments there because there'll be other MPs that I know. I'm sure well, Michelle will probably be there. My own MP will probably be there. Jamil Giovanni will probably be there. I know him too. Um, saw him a lot over the campaign. I've actually gone door knocking with him way back before, like a year and a half ago. We were out one day, Jamil, and we were like knocking the doors, getting yeah, Michelle, isn't she awesome? Yeah, she's really cool. And you know what? I should have I wonder if I can pull it up here and share my screen. I have a photo of her that I've actually had printed and framed. And I'm going to see if I can put it. Okay, let me see if I can pull this off. We're learning all new, oopsie. We're learning all new skills here. There we go. All right, let me see. Oh, I can't. Oh, image file. Okay, I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to learn as we go along. Okay. I don't know if it's going to work. Oh, okay. Let me see. Okay. Look at that. I did it. See? Committed to learning one thing a week. At least one thing a week. So that's a photo that I took of Michelle it was the day before the election day. So we were outside, obviously. This is how close I was to them. Pierre was right there. He was standing on a pickup truck. So I printed and framed this photo to give to her tomorrow. And I might actually, oh, see, let me try. Okay, remove from studio. I see you there, Aspie. I'm going to answer you in just 1 second. I'm going to answer you in 1 second. Oh, there we go. Let me see if I can find that photo. Oh, there. Okay. Now I understand what's going on when everybody's trying to put something on their screen. Okay, so this is my hand handing Pierre Poilievre a letter from my son. So yeah, yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, so Aspie has said not to be, as the expression goes, a Debbie Downer, but Avril, please be careful at political rallies safety-wise. I went to a Trump rally once in 2020. I appreciate that. I so do, and I thank you for that because it is very, very important that we always, especially these days as conservatives, I think most of the people around around us, I'm just reading Lola's comment. So many people around us are crazy. We're just gonna say it. They're crazy, and it's the violence. I 100% understand it. I get it. I see it. I go to things. Usually, I am armed in some way. Not my pistol because of the laws in Canada. I can't just put my pistol in my purse and go places with it. But I do have other things. I have a dog spray that I carry with me and all kinds of things. What is really interesting is that when I've gone to conservative rallies, because I've been to a whole bunch of them this year because of the election, and then in 2022 when the Conservative Party was electing their new leader. I went to a bunch of them for that. Like I met Roman Baber a bunch of times and went to Pierre rallies and things like that. A very interesting thing happens. You gather enough conservatives together and nothing happens. That's it. I've seen the protesters. the police will not let them near it. They'll not let them near, like they'll put a road between the protesters and the event. Um, and so, yeah, as much as, yes, I'm cautious, yes, I'm aware, I make sure I'm aware of my surroundings, I know who is around me, I know who I'm gonna grab in an emergency, like, all that kind of thing. Um, but in Canada, it's a very different culture than in America, even though there are a lot of similarities. I don't really walk around being afraid of being pew-pewed, simply because it's not, we just don't have that culture here. But yes, Aspie, that's a great reminder for anybody going to any kind of rally, political rally of any kind at all. Be aware of your surroundings, have a plan, make sure you've got water in your bag, not for drinking, but for your face, because if you get pepper sprayed, you're going to want to immediately get water on your face. A woman that I know, Jody Ledgerwood, she was very, very active in 2022. She was up in Ottawa with the rally, or the trucker convoy protest, and she got pepper sprayed. I watched her live. She was filming live and got pepper sprayed by a cop right in the face. So, yeah, unfortunately, she was with good people that were there, right there with her, and they got her to safety. They got her face washed and helped her out, that she didn't lose her sight. And I actually just saw her not too long ago, maybe just in the April, I think, because she was running for the election as well as an independent. So, to that, good for her. I gave her some money, said I gave her some cash. I'm like, I don't need a receipt. Just get yourself a couple signs. So, yeah, but Aspie, thank you so much for um, that reminder, because, yeah, we all do actually need to be very cautious out there. That's my little TED talk. You went to a Trump rally in 2020. How was that? Oh my gosh. That'd be so exciting. Be so exciting. Absolutely. Conservatives must save Canada. Yeah. 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 Mega. Yeah. I know. I have no problem. People call me a maple mega. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. They also call me a fascist. They call me a Nazi. They call me all kinds of things. And I'm like, okay, you be, I'll give you a boost the next time I say Pierre, and you can pretend to be a letter. There we go. Yeah, it is a little bit scary. But what I found is that people are sharing snacks, they're all protecting each other, everybody's taking care of each other. Like, I'm tiny, I'm like not even 5'2", and at one of the rallies, I have a photo, I'm like 10 feet away from Pierre at the Oshawa rally, and how I ended up there, my husband and my son were like way behind me because there was like 15,000 people or something, and all these big men were up front, and they all looked at me and were like, little girl, stand in front of us. So I ended up out front, like 10 feet away from Pierre, because everybody, just let me get in front, because they're like, we can see over you, but you can't see over us. So, yeah. Yeah. Let me see here. What we got here? Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, Sapper. It is quite dangerous. Absolutely. Love to see Pierre and Michelle live. Have to keep an eye out when they're back in Alberta. Yeah. Yeah. See, I live just a few hours from Ottawa, so it's a little easier to get them in my area. But definitely keep an eye out for that and go, because I don't know if Michelle will be out there, but Pierre will. Christmas at the very latest. He'll be back in Calgary area in Christmas. Yeah. But here's the thing. This is something that we talked about on the Celestine call. It was I don't know how we even got there, but it was just like, we do not need to feel anymore like we need to bite our tongues to keep the peace. I'm done keeping the peace. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Somebody starts and you'll be like, no, not everybody here agrees with you. Keep it to yourself. Yeah. You want to sell? Oh, you should. You should. All right. We're going to talk. We're going to figure out how to make this happen. We're going to figure this out. Absolutely. Aspie saying it was great. Oh, and for anybody who's just listening, sorry. Nikki has said she wants to sell her art to Trump. Nikki is a beautiful artist. So, yeah, you want to be looking at her art for sure. Do you have a channel, Nikki, that we can drop your link? Aspie saying it was great, ton of Secret Service agents and very tight security. Yeah, that's how it is here. The RCMP, which is like our federal police, they all the MPs and stuff have their RCMP personal protection officers. So Pierre had like 8 guys around him. And it was funny because if you go to enough rallies, you actually get to know them. So that's what I found. I'm like, hey, I know you guys. And so we're chatting. They're like, oh my gosh, we see you at all the rallies. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Grumpy Sapper is saying, yeah, the world is dangerous and it's the extremists. So, Munchie saying, what's the link to this? What's the link to what, Munchie? I'm not sure what link you're looking for. Yeah, misinformation. My definition for misinformation is what you're saying doesn't feel very good to me. So that is misinformation. Yeah. Yep. Hi, Raven. Oh, so nice to see you here. Yeah, we go live once a week to do productivity sprints, and we chitty chat in the comments for the first bit, and then I'm going to turn on some really nice music that I created, and I will listen to that while we work on something. So you can work on anything you want. I just say, you know what? Let us know where you're watching from and what you'll be working on today. So Nikki does not have a channel right now. Okay. Oopsie. And there's Dilly. Oh my gosh. Where did you go? There you are. There's Dilly. Hi. Oh my gosh. I hope you're doing I know we haven't chatted in ages. And I haven't forgotten to send that email to you, but I will I'll do that today because I haven't been home and sitting here at my desk enough. So Nikki has an Instagram page. Okay. Before we do this next week, please let me know the link so that I can have it all ready to go and dropped in. Yeah, the corruption. Corruption. Oh, yeah. All anybody needed to do was watch one press conference about those 2 missing children to catch that. Yeah. Hi, Dilly. Slow. Oh, okay. Oh, it was Dilly was looking for the link. Okay, yeah. But you got there. Perfect. Thank you. You know what? I'm gonna add Dilly to my list. I'm gonna talk to Dilly and get her into my mailing list. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Grumpy, you should jump in. Jump into the reading club. I'll send you the link. I'll send you a message with the link. And then we read the chapter and then we just sort of discuss the concept. There's no homework, there's no rules, there's no it's just a bunch of people sitting around discussing the concept, and however the conversation flows, that's how it flows. So I'll send you the link. But yeah, the and that was a big part of the conversation yesterday in the reading group, is that how do you know what the real history is if you don't know that the history you're being taught is actually the truth? And that was a really, really interesting conversation. So yeah, it was yeah, it was big. It was a big conversation. And then Grumpy Sapper's song. I'm gonna hang on, let me just pull up Sapper. And I don't know if you have a channel, please say now so that I can get your link. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna drop here's Sapper's link right now. So I'll give him a follow. What he's got coming up. I don't know. But there's lots of great music on there. And I think at some point the quiz might come back. And I think in November he and I are gonna do a live together where we're gonna talk about stuff. Yeah, I'm good. It's a little crazy right now, but I'm dipping in where I can into live chats and stuff. So yeah. Have I Of course, Supper, of course. Oh, you're not boring at all. That's the thing. You're not boring at all. Yeah, Dilly and I have had some pretty funny conversations. So yeah. Okay, it's 3:24. Why don't we do a little sprint now? We'll go to 3:45. So that's 20 minutes of sprint. Get your work, get whatever you're doing. You can carry on chatting in the comments. Y'all are great. Like we'll catch up afterwards. Convo resumes at 3:45 p.m. EST. There we go. And we will there. All right. And I'm going to turn the music on, and I just need somebody to tell me that the music is working. And we're going to press play. That's going to help a lot. And I'm sorry I don't have new music this week, but I will for next week because I have 2 videos to record. One is on the dark side of gratitude, and one is a subliminal. So I'll have all new music for us for next week. And we are going to do sprints on Tuesday next week. I honor my inner voice with love. I return to myself with ease and grace. I affirm my self-care choose peace over pressure. I honor the balance of work, rest, and play. My routines feel natural and joyful. Each day begins with purpose. I stay consistent without is my month where I return to myself stronger than ever. Fresh energy flows into every part of me. Okay, there we go. That was a solid 20 minutes. I got some knitting done, and then I remembered that I got an email from YouTube because I started the monetization process a while ago. Because at 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours, you can actually get a membership and stuff like that. So I still haven't received the PIN number. They want to verify my address. So they mailed me a PIN number and it still hasn't arrived 3 weeks later. And I'm like, so they sent me an email today and they're like, hi, why have you not done this? And so now I'm trying to do it. So that's that. I got to fill in US tax forms as well. I don't know. I'm not a US citizen. I don't know anything. Anyo tested her new food processor today and baked all sorts of things. Oh my gosh. There is nothing better to me than cleaning up after something like that. It's like, oh, like we had this great time, did this amazing thing, and now we get to clean up. I love it. I love it. And yeah, Munchie's asking how everything came out. Oh, Anyo's sons are stuffed. Yay. Yay. And I think, oh, Raven said it's nice. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I wrote it with AI because I got tired of copyright issues. So I started making my own music and that's what I use. So that was a subliminal, an autumn themed subliminal. And I'll have another one coming up soon. Yeah, Dilly had to go. Thanks for hopping on, Dilly. I hope you have a good day. And oh, you can't listen to the book and the music at the same time. I get that. I get that. You could always, if you want to do both and you just want to hang out here, you could always just put the volume down on me, like on my music, and then listen to your book at the same time. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know, I was so excited. I was like, yay. We're going to talk about Michelle for a minute too. Only self-employed do tax forms. If working for a company, they do it all. Yeah, this is like YouTube. In order for me to get paid, because there's money sitting there in my account that I can't get out. In order to get paid, I have to do all these tax forms and everything. So we'll just get them done. I'm just trying to tell them I'm not an American citizen, so I shouldn't have to pay American taxes, but we'll see how that goes. The piano music is always so calming. I like it from time to time. I tend to sort of lean a little bit more towards a violins or synth or guitar, things like that. Because sometimes with piano music, it's almost like banging on my brain. Like each note is like poking at my brain. So I like it just a little softer. So when I find a piece that I've created that is a little bit softer piano, that's what I use. So if you're not following Michelle Meltdown, I'm going to pop her link in here. If you're not following her, she is super cool. She's super cool. She's the kind of person, so she just got monetized as well recently, so we're all super excited for her. She's the kind of person who she will pull herself up with one hand and she'll grab your hand and pull you up too. So, you know, she's very supportive of other creators. And she, her channel currently is like a mashup between like Megxit drama and MobTube. So there's a lot of mafia talk and then there's all this Megxit talk. And I think one of the coolest things I'm seeing right now is all of the MobTubers kind of connecting with the Megxit people. And like I saw, Patrick was in my channel the other day. So yeah, like it's like, yeah, the mob tubers are everywhere and they're having a lot of fun and it's sort of a neat community. And it's kind of the same idea as this. Everybody's in the chat chatting and then there'll be a topic, whatever it is that is the craziness of the day. Usually another creator who's done something crazy and then we all jump on with Michelle and talk about that. So just a huge shout out to her because last night I was on her channel and I had just said I'm 18 away from 1,000. And by the time I went to bed, I was over 1,000 because she was like, everybody get Avril's link, drop it. Like, let's go. We're going to get her to 1,000 before we go to bed tonight. And so that's what happened. So thank you, Michelle, for helping me out. Yay! Got to 1,000. And yeah, so now we work on helping the next person get there. So we've got, you know, lots of people to help and it's just such a supportive community where everybody jumps on and supports each other. and helps each other. And it's just such a nice community that I find, even though I know other communities are like, your community is awful. We're just a tight group. We're just a tight group. Thank you so much, Pamela. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for hopping over here. I usually see Pamela over in Foxy's chat. So it's so nice to see you here as well. And thank you so much for the congratulations. It is such an exciting thing to make that milestone. I'm so happy, so happy. And Pamela is driving a tractor. That is so cool. Very cool. I was in a tractor once. There was a protest in my town, and it was farmers were pissed off at town hall, so they just took their tractors and circled town hall. They may have dumped some poo at town hall as well, legend and all that. But one of the farmers, I know one of the farmers, and so I was standing there watching, and he like stopped his tractor, and he's like, Avril, get in. And so I jumped up into his tractor, and we rode around and had a great chat, and it was a lot of fun. And everybody was like, what are you doing up there? I'm like, protesting. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. FYI, if a Canadian is living in the US earning money from a US company, they must pay taxes on the money. Yeah, if I was a Canadian living in the US working for a US company, I would expect to pay US taxes on that money. But the thing is, I'm Canadian living in Canada, and I don't work for a company. I'm just here doing my own thing with my own business and YouTube channels. So I don't know how it's supposed to work. So I'm hoping I get these forms right, because I feel like if I don't get these forms right, I'm going to jail. That's kind of where I'm sitting right now, is like, we're not going to tell you how to do it, but if you don't do it right, you're going to jail. That's how I'm nervous about. But Real Lex, thank you for hopping over here and saying hello. I hope you hang out and enjoy the music. Yeah, everybody's saying hi. Awesome. And Dilly is still here. There we go. I thought Dilly left. Did I get that wrong? Did I get that wrong? Oh, Dilly said she had to go, but she was coming back. Okay, great. Yay. Dilly's back. Okay. I'm going to talk about, for 1 second here, I finished watching the documentary about the Nazi guy. And it ended exactly as I felt it should, because how it ended is the lower court convicted him. It went to Supreme Court on an appeal, and the higher court, the Supreme Court of Israel, acquitted him. And what they said was that the trial itself was to determine if that man sitting in that chair was Ivan the Terrible from this one particular concentration camp in Ukraine. That was not proven beyond a reasonable doubt. It was just testimony. There was no actual real proof that could, with no shadow, no doubt, nothing, irrefutable evidence. There was none of it. So they had to release him. This went on for his entire life. They didn't end there. They kept going and going and going. But it did really kind of make me think a lot about, things that are not illegal now, today in Canada, could someday be illegal. And then we get charged with historic crimes, because this man was arrested and charged 40 years after the fact. This is not to say anything about anything. This was horrifically wrong. What happened during the Holocaust was so horrifically wrong. There's actually no words to describe how horrifically wrong and bad and evil it was. But the precedent that's been set by things that happened afterwards really kind of warrants some thought, I think, and perhaps some conversation. So, for example, in Canada, our Canadian government wants to ban gas-powered cars. So by 2030, if they make it illegal to own a gas-powered car in Canada, could we be charged with historic crimes because today we're driving gas-powered cars? That's the kind of thing I think about. It's just sort of brought up some stuff where I'm like, like how far back do we go in historic crimes and things like that? So, it just sort of was some food for thought. In the end, he went home for a bit when he was acquitted by the Supreme Court of Israel. He did go home to America. I think he lived in Michigan or something. He did go back for a bit, and then was rearrested and brought back and and he died overseas in a nursing home, but he wasn't in prison. So yeah, there we go. There we go. And I think that, the Supreme Court was true to the spirit of the law, which is that even though they said, we know you were there and we know you were doing stuff, but nobody here has proven that you are this man who was at this concentration camp. And that's what the whole trial was about. So if they wanted to charge him with war crimes, like, whatever went on, that would be a whole different set of charges and a whole different trial. Anyway, that's how that went out. And I wanted to close the circle on that, because we started talking about it last week, and I just wanted to close the circle on that. So yeah, who do we have here? Anyo lurks in the background. Oh yeah, I don't listen. We're not. Melty and I are both kind of like, you watch whoever you want to watch. I'm not going to sit here and say, well, if you came from Fiona's channel, you can't be. No, I don't mind Fiona. I'm pretty neutral on her. So an avid, also known as Fiona. So yeah, I don't have any. Yeah, if you like watching her, watch her, enjoy her. There's been times when I've enjoyed her too. So yeah, I don't care about the royals. That's my thing. Oh, it couldn't be. Yeah, let's see. Melty turned, yeah, because Melty's just so fair, right? Just so fair. Yeah. She gets it. And like I said, like everybody here who follows Melty would agree, like she's like, go watch whoever you want to watch. Just because she doesn't get into this, you're stealing my subs. How do you steal someone's subs? Like, yeah, no. Okay. So Nikki went to the market, bought local food and organic eggs. Ooh, awesome. Awesome. Yeah, healthy food. The eggs are key. Trying to hit those protein goals every day, it's hard. If you were in Canada earning revenue from a US company, then you have to pay. Yeah, absolutely. I just don't want to have to pay two taxes, right? I'll pay taxes in the country that I'm a resident. So that's but I just started the process. So we'll see where YouTube takes me with this. But thank you. I know it's good to have somebody here who actually knows how it works, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening here and why I have to fill in American tax information when I don't have any American documents to be able to do like a social insurance number or anything. Like, I don't know what they call it in America. My number that the government knows me by. So yeah, but thank you, Lex, because yeah, I'm just sort of starting and I don't know what is going on. Anya, you're welcome on Melty's yeah, there's lots of people who watch a whole bunch of people that Melty doesn't like, and Melty knows that, and she's just like, yeah, whatever. You come over whenever you want to come over. Yeah. That already passed in California. Yeah. Yeah. So if they make that illegal, are we committing a crime today that will become a crime later on? You see what I'm saying? Ugh. Will they grandfather? I don't know. That's a good question, Munchie. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't care about I don't care. I don't care. Like, listen, I enjoy seeing William and Catherine and the children, and like it's beautiful and it's wonderful and everything else. It's a little bit of I would call it like a little bit of fantasy, like, but not like in a kinky way, but just sort of like, wow, like prince and princess and fancy outfits and all sorts of things. But other than that, I'm like, meh, I don't care what they're doing. I just like to see her outfits, really. I don't like her hair right now. But yeah. I believe Munchie is just new car says, yeah, I think I'm not sure what's going to happen here either. So we've got some governments to overthrow. I think we gotta take back our power. Take back our power. Yeah. Okay. That's 4:00. Why don't we go till 4:30 and work on whatever you want. Continue chatting in the chat. You're more than welcome to chat with each other. I'm going to keep working on this PayPal tax information stuff. And then probably reply to comments, because I've got a whole lot of comments that are sitting there waiting for me. So, all right, we'll pop the music back on. Oh, see, there we go. There we go. And then I'll press. We good? Enjoy. Just keep chatting yourselves and the conversation will resume at 4:30. So in 30 minutes. Each breath fills me with balance and calm. I begin again with trust and grace. my intuition to guide my my energy and balance. I walk through life with steady heart and changing Each day begins with calm focus. I stay time to pause to revisit the conversation. Wow, you guys were talking a lot. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. Okay. Woo. Oh, there we are. Okay, found myself here. The English royals are better. Oh, yeah, so many of them are in the World Economic Forum. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So many of them. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I would like to see what other, like if somebody has a royal channel and like the English royals just aren't doing it anymore, for the world, why not talk about there's royals all over the world. Like I'm sure there's like, aren't there like a million Nigerian princes? Let's look at them. Let's talk about those guys. Let's see what's going on. Isn't everyone in Saudi Arabia a royal? Like, yeah, let's look at other places because I think that would be really interesting. Yeah, as Dilly said, to see like how people do things differently. Thank you, Raven. Thanks for hopping on. That's amazing. I'm sure Melty will be live later, so we'll all get to hang out with her. And let's see here. Oh, when Fiona didn't, yeah. As she said, it's not her job to police her friends, and I kinda get that. I kinda get it, like, are we gonna start a war with a friend, because they don't like somebody? Like, I would not expect somebody I know to hate somebody that I don't like, I don't know. But yeah, it's weird that it all played out so publicly, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind being a republic. I could totally go for that. Yeah. Yeah, we need like a republic situation. Get rid of the Commonwealth part. There we go. Mm-mm. Oh, yeah, see, not everybody is everyone's cup of tea. You just you like what you like and that's it. And there's no judgment here. Mm. I like that I'm stuck with you. I like that you stick around, Munchie. Dylan's like, "No, you brought me to the club. You're staying hot here with me." Yeah. Yeah. All right. Oh, might not be fast, but my dog is faster than your scooter. Yeah. What kind of dog do you have, Dilly? Mm. I have a little terrier, and every time I make a coffee, he appears because his cookie jar is right next to the coffee machine. So it's just habit that whenever I make a coffee, I'll give him a cookie, so he knows to listen for the coffee machine. And there we go. Oh my goodness. Aw. Yeah. Yeah, I remember, like, the Queen of England once saying, like, horses, dogs, and children were her favorite things in the world, so, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, let's see here. Ooh, there we go, 4 sons, so I can move back in a few months ago. Yeah, I told my son he can stay however long he wants. Doesn't need to move out in any hurry, I don't mind. I grew up in a multi-generational home, so I get it. I think it's I don't yeah. I don't understand the pressure to, like, get out on your own. I don't get it. Yeah. But some people like it. Some people wanna get away and just try it on their own, so, yeah. I mean, that's good. It must be nice to have your even though it's kind of sad that he broke up with his girlfriend, but it must be nice to have him there. Yes. We saw all of them. It was awesome. It was great. Don't lock them out. Let them come hang out. It was great. Aw. Oh, you found a kitten on the street. Aw. That's so nice that you took the kitten back home with you. Dilly, it's a subliminal. Yeah, I think Munchie said that. It's a subliminal. So I actually play music and then I talk and then I bring the volume of the talking down to really know low. And then I think there's like 30 to 50 affirmations in there. But no, I wasn't talking about Gertie on the phone. Nope. No, wasn't talking about Gertie. Maybe just a word that sounds like Gertie that you maybe picked up. Yeah, it's the subliminal messages. Yeah. Yep. This one you could just ever so slightly hear, and it was funny because somebody commented and said, "Why can't I hear you talking?" And I'm like, "Because it's a subliminal." Yeah, they had never heard a subliminal before to know, like, you may sometimes hear, like, an occasional word, but, yeah, that, yeah, the cat was huge. Munchie's cat is really big. Do they get I don't what? Can't see any messages. Dilly, tell me what that's about, that you can't see messages I'm putting? Like, are you not seeing my posts? Are you not seeing me in the chat? If you have top chat on, you might not see it. Oh, nice. Yeah, we got to see all of Munchie's animals. What's penfold? I don't know what that is. I don't know what penfold is. Hmm. I wonder why you're not seeing my, or maybe you're just not getting notifications. Vicious wanker. Vicious wanker. All right. Oh my gosh. Just I think. Oh yeah. Yes, we always want to make sure everybody. That's why we don't like get real deep into one specific thing here, because we always want everyone to feel comfortable and feel like they belong and understand what's going on. And if ever there's a time I'm talking about something and you're like, "What are you talking about?" Just say. Just say. Go. Thank you, Barbie. Yeah, I got a ton of stuff done too. I answered all of the comments that I had sitting waiting for me, and that was a big. Somebody wrote like a novel, and I had to sit and actually focus and read it. And then I got the payment thing, the tax thing done, and it said it's approved and accepted. I'm like, woo, yay, yay! So I'm so glad you got. So see, like it's like that intentional time of just getting stuff done, where you're just going to sit here and it's relaxing and just plow through something that you've maybe been putting off. That's the whole point of this. Because see, I was putting off answering the comments because it was feeling overwhelming, but then I'm like, okay, we got there, we did it. I forced myself. It was fun to answer them though, but sometimes it's just like, oh my gosh, never heard of the word. I don't know. Canada, yeah. Yeah, so we are on the parliamentary system here and the Westminster legal system. So that's why we understand the UK system and how those things go, except I think in their local councils, don't they actually go by parties? Like here, our municipal council, it's nonpartisan. It's supposed to be nonpartisan. It's not. We know it's not, especially at this point in our history. But but then once you get to the provincial level, we're into parties. So I'm wondering if I understood that properly, that at the municipal council, like local council level, you actually have parties. Okay, thank you, Munchie. Yeah. Yeah, we need to be a republic. It's time. It's time. Can you explain the UK system for me, please? So, I think it's probably very identical in that, like in the parliament, you have your local representative, your MP, who represents you at a federal level, represents your riding, your community at a federal level. So, I live in a riding here, and we have an MP. But because I live in Ontario and all of the provinces have their own governments as well, so we have a federal government for the whole country, and then each province has its own government. We sometimes call it parliament. I believe in Alberta, it's called a legislature. So they are an MLA, a member of the Legislative Assembly. And in Ontario, we have a parliament. So they are our member of provincial parliament, our MPP, and then we have our federal MP. And we vote for that person at a local level, which is sort of how you get in, you know what I mean? So say like labor, reform, Tories, things like that. You kind of have to vote based on like, who do you like? What party do you like? Do you like the leader? Like there's a lot of things to think about when you're voting. So I don't love it, but you know, I was in Toronto a few months ago visiting my MPP. He invited my son to parliament, to provincial parliament, and lunch and everything. And so we were talking about it, and I said, I would love to get rid of the parliamentary system. And he's like, yeah, he said, of all of them, it's like the best of the worst ways of electing people. So yeah. But that's okay. It's okay because not everybody understands it, because we have Americans here too, and they have a totally different way of voting. I actually asked somebody once, like, when you get your ballot for voting for the president, what does it say? Like, what names are on it? And they said, you know, Obama, Trump, Clinton, like the names for president. Whereas here, we don't vote for the prime minister. We vote for our local representative. And if they have enough seats to have, well, we have the first past the post, which is like the worst. We need election reform, which Trudeau promised and then reneged as soon as he got elected. Good times. Good times. We should have known way back then. So yeah, it works the same way, but for people in other parts of the world who don't have the parliamentary system, the party that has the most seats wins the House, And then the person who is the leader of that party becomes the prime minister. So we don't vote for things on individual levels, which I wish we did. I wish we could vote for the prime minister and our local people all at, separately, as opposed to people saying, well, I don't like the leader of the party. And it's like, well, you know, this is who we got. This is who we have. So yeah, there we go. Okay, who else do we have here? Yeah, I want Canada to, yeah, we need to be a republic. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I got all the comments done and I got the tax thing done. See, this is why I need this kind of thing, because I was literally like, this is overwhelming. I'm going to procrastinate it. And I was just like, nope, I'm scheduling the time now. I'm going to do it while I'm doing this. And I got it done. And sometimes you just got to force yourself to do the things and make the decision to get on with them. So yeah, hang on. I'm just looking here. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. So that's 4:40. Let's go to 5 o'clock and then we'll wrap it up. We'll spend our last little thing, our last little time together, just chitty chatting. Yeah. Yeah. Which makes it hard because now do you vote for the party? Do you vote for the prime minister? Do you vote for your local person? Because you might be, all out of alignment on all of them, because there's people who really like our local guy, but don't like the party. What do you do then? Do you give him a job or do you not give him a job? So yeah. Yeah, that's how it goes. Okay. We'll go for 20 minutes. Convo will resume at 5 p.m. EST. This will be our last sprint. And then we'll just wrap up with a little bit of chitty chat. And then we'll be good. Yeah, Anya's saying, didn't know. Yeah, it is complicated. And it's a lot of times what we end up doing is voting strategically, which isn't the best way to elect somebody. But there we have it. All right, we're going to pop the music back on. And there we go. I promise I will have music next week for us. every part of my life. My routines feel natural and joyful. I stay Okay. I was reading your comments and I was like, I want to get in this conversation. So yeah, Nikki has some thoughts about Canada. I agree. I agree with them. Yeah, buy Canadian and hire Canadian. Shop at places where they hire Canadians because we got a big problem with that. Yeah. And hardly anybody they like didn't Labor get elected in the 90s or something? Isn't that the last time Labor was in? Yeah. Canada's not a good place right now, and we're about 5 or 6 months behind the UK in terms of how bad it's gonna be, so, yeah. Yeah, government's fallen again, so we have to oh, wow. Um, mm. Did the farmers you had the farmer, protest, didn't you? In Holland, Netherlands? Wasn't it didn't they form a government? Didn't or not a government, didn't they form a party, and then they got actually elected into the house? Whatever, how they got seats in the whole thing? I seem to remember that. I seem to remember, like, after the Canadian truckers did their thing, the farmers used the sort of the same model to protest over there. Yeah. Yeah, Canada can't go to war. First of all, Canada's not a country that goes to war. We do not go to war. We are peacekeepers. Our Canadian military traditionally has been peacekeepers. Of course, obviously, Canada was an ally in World War II, and also took part in World War One. But at this point now, Canada doesn't really get involved in wars. We send the military in after the fact to help countries transition governments and achieve peace in the region. Our military is a disaster right now. So the yeah. Yeah, it's like I think Canada better just play nice with everybody because yeah, there won't be that. And the way things are going with Donald Trump right now, he's like, yeah, you're on your own. Yeah, great. Great. Are the small parties? Yeah, there'd have to be some alliances going on there. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, like we have a situation right now where we have a small party, the NDP, and they literally destroyed themselves to get the Liberals elected. They are down to 7 seats. They don't even have party status within the House. So they're getting their numbers back because people are getting disenchanted. So yeah, I can't believe we're sitting having a whole geopolitical conversation here because we've got all these countries and yeah, the EU. I think the worst thing that could have happened was the EU. Yeah, too much control over individual because even just like culturally, every country is pretty different. So why would you want one overarching umbrella government? Like, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that happened here. Yeah, Justin Trudeau was getting elected with like less than 30% of the votes, and he was had control of the country. So yeah. Yeah, the government's that's the thing. The government will not start listening to people. We need to elect people who will listen to people and take a chance on people. Yeah, George Soros and World Economic Forum. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I was all about Scotland separating from the UK. I was like, yeah, let's do it. I want a Scottish passport. I want a Scottish, yeah. You know what kills me about these people? They're all like, oh, you shouldn't be driving a car. Well, they're flying all over the world every day. Yeah, that kind of annoys me. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Um, mm-hmm. All right, let me just see what else is going on here. Yeah, we don't want to go or you just want to, yeah, well, yeah. I think that America could take us over. I think if Donald Trump really wants to, he will make Canada the 51st state. At this point now, I'm like, please just do it. Just get on with it. Whatever's happening, just get on with it, because what's happening is not working. So we need an election to get the right government in, or we just need to say we're American now, and I'll learn to hit the high note. So there we have it. That is just after 5 o'clock. Thank you so much to everybody who hung out with me today. I got lots done. I know other people got a bunch of stuff done, which is great. And oh wait, hold on. Dilly's saying, mm, 18 years ago. Okay, so even before then, maybe about 10 years before then. I seem to remember it on TV in the 90s. And that everyone was so excited, like that Labor got in, like people, like working class people were so excited that Labor got in. Yes. Okay. Oh, and Anya's saying, okay, so that has what are the farmers trying to get in again? Does that party still exist? Because that's the party I'd be voting for. Absolutely. But it does that party still exist? And does that are they trying again to get seats in the House? So yeah, we won't get protection. What's that? You know? I don't think that anybody thought about this when they were voting for the Liberals. Like I don't think anybody, but less than 6 months after the election, people are having lots of regrets. So, yeah, maybe we're in better shape than we might feel like we are. Awesome. Awesome. Anya, will you please keep us updated on this? You vote next month. And if you wouldn't mind, just like let us know what happens so that we can all, keep up with you and what your life looks like and what's going on there. And see how the election goes. Hopefully there's a good tipping point for you and you get the right government. That would be really nice. Really nice. Of course, Munchie, thank you so much for hanging out with me so much this week. We've been kicking it together. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah, see, there's Dilly saying that she's interested too. Yeah, so I know it's a lot to, but if you wouldn't mind when you have your election, let us know what happens so that we can keep up with you and see. Yeah, don't want the left in power. Mm-mm. I think the world is really changing fast, and what you'll see is things like the World Economic Forum and all of these things. They're going to take a sharp turn to the right because they'll chase the money, they'll chase the power and the money. So they're all in on this woke leftist agenda right now, but have you noticed it's kind of dying down? It's dying down a little bit. I think that people are like, now we're done. And the money's not there. Like the companies are not, they're just not interested. And so the reason why you have a company that will do like pride packaging and all that stuff is not because they care. It's because companies like BlackRock and Vanguard, they own everything, and the mutual funds. And this is the thing, teachers get mutual funds in these super woke companies and different companies. Like if you work for the police union, or if you're in, anything like that, where they do investments for you for your pensions and stuff, that's in BlackRock and Vanguard. And that's why we have this kind of situation where companies are doing things and you're like, why would you damage yourself so much when you could have stayed neutral and had everybody as a customer? It's because they're being held to things that companies like BlackRock and Vanguard are telling them to do in order to keep their mutual fund values high. That's all it is. It's money, 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 money. And but they're finding out fast that people will boycott a company that doesn't share the same values. So that's like your tiny little primer to how this all works. Yeah, tiny little primer. Thanks for hanging out, Dilly. I'll send you an email so we can catch up on what's been going on. I don't know what time Melty's going live today or not. She is. She's doing more evening stuff now. So yeah, if you're overseas, you might not be catching her live, but her replays are always there. She's not one of those people who like goes live and then hides their replay. Like, no, you can see. Julie, you know, with that. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Did not even notice that. There you go. She's on twice. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Was she on today? I didn't see her before I went live and I haven't seen her now, but hopefully she'll go live and then we'll see everybody over there on Melty's channel. Yay. Yay. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you would like to be in the Celestine Prophecy Reading Club, please let me know. You can jump in anytime. You are not behind. You are right on time. And it's super easy, super fun. A bunch of the ladies here are in the group. And we have like the most incredible conversations just about life, love, the world, spirituality, everything based on each chapter of the book. So we're having a lot of fun with that. And productivity sprints next week will be on Tuesday at 3:30. So right after Celestine Prophecy, we'll have a little bit of a break and then we'll go into the productivity sprints. I do have something else going on next Wednesday. So I just had to switch the day, which is fine because there's probably people who can't make it on Wednesdays who will come on Tuesday. So there we go. I will put I'll get it set up on my channel so that you can click for the notification and you'll be good to go. And of course, if you want to be on my mailing list, on my email list, let me know. We can make that happen too. And that way you'll get reminded of things and you'll find out what's coming up and what offers I have and everything else. Okay. That's enough chitter chatter from me. God, I could just sit in an empty room and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Got the gift of the gab. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. I have loved our conversation. Munchie's saying Melty hasn't been on yet today, so that's great. We're not missing anything. And I will see you in the next live chat. Bye.